everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing this vibrant, colorful crochet dress or tunic perfect for summer days or layering year round. The best part, it is a free tutorial and beginner friendly. Get ready to bring your yarn to life and let's get started. To make this granny square dress, I'm going to use cotton yarn. This is a size 2 yarn, so a weight 2, in many different colors. I didn't put them all out. I have about 26 different colors that I'm going to use to make my squares. In addition to the yarn, to make the squares, you are going to need a 3mm hook. You are also going to need some stitch markers, a pair of scissors, and a measuring tape. And to join the squares together, I'm going to use this yarn here. This is a weight 3 yarn and a 4mm hook. Now you can obviously use any yarn you have in your stash as long as they are all the same weight. So if you have weight 2, go ahead and use weight 2 like I did. If you have a category 3 yarn, go ahead and use your category 3 yarn to make your squares. Just adjust the number of the hook that you are going to use. So the dress that I'm going to make, it's a size medium, so it is to fit bust and hips from 90 centimeters all around up to 98 centimeters, so it is a size medium. And for my larger panels, which is one for the front and one for the back, I've made a total of 24 rounds, double crochet rounds, so for the back and for the front, to fit a size medium. And to create the upper part of the dress and the sleeves, I've made a total of 21 double crochet rounds. So if you are making a smaller size, you need to work less rounds. If you are making a larger size, you need to make more rounds. So I'm also not going to follow any kind of color pattern. I'm just making my rounds. Okay, now go ahead and take your 3mm hook and the yarn that it's going to be right here in the middle. And make a magic ring like so. Wrap a loop. And now you are going to chain 3. This counts as your first double crochet, and into the magic ring make 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2, and then you are going to chain 2, and again into the magic ring you are going to make now 3 double crochets. Since your chain 3 counts as a double crochet, you are going to have 3 groups of 3 double crochets with a chain 2 in between. So chain 2 again and make 3 double crochets. We are going to have 4 groups of 3 double crochets with a chain 2 in between. And here is my 4th group of double crochets. Now you are going to chain 2 and slip stitch on top of your 3rd chain. Chain 1. Now go ahead and close your magic ring and cut your yarn. Pull through and I highly recommend weaving in your loose ends as you go, since you are going to change color in each round. So I highly suggest weaving in these loose ends as you go. This is how I like to weave in my loose ends. And now I'm going to turn my work like so on the back side and pull through the back loop of the next stitch, and then go back and pull my end through the back loop only of the stitches, and this one here also I'm just going to pull through the stitches, just like so. And then go back again, and pull again through the back side of my stitches like so. And this is your first round. Now for round 2, you are going to take the next color, so this is going to be the next color in my case, and we are going to start working in these 2 chain spaces right here in the corner. So make a slip knot and then join your yarn with a slip stitch like so, and chain 3. This is your first double crochet, and we are going to create right away our corners. So yarn over and into the same 2 chain space, make 1 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. So our chain 3 counts as a double crochet through the entire pattern. Now you are going to make 1 double crochet on top of your double crochets from the previous round. So you are going to have 3 double crochets. Now at this point I am going to pull my loop high so that it's not going to unravel, and I'm going to weave in this tail right here right away. So I'm going through the back loop of my stitches like backwards, and I'm pulling my tail through the back loop of the stitches, like so, and then I'm turning my work and I'm going to pull again my yarn through the same back loops in the other direction to make sure that my work is not going to come undone and I'm not going to have any kind of a thread showing. Now we are going to continue in this round 2. So we've reached the second corner. In the corner again you are going to make 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets into the same 2 chain space, and then 1 double crochet on top of the double crochets from the previous round. So you are going to have 3 double crochets right there. And now your third corner, make 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets into the same 2 chain space. And now you have your double crochets from the previous round. So you are going to make your 3 double crochets in there and your last corner. So 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets into the same 2 chain space. And now your last 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And to finish your second round, you are going to slip stitch on top of your third chain, like so. Chain 1 and cut your yarn and weave in your loose end. Now let me show you one more round on how to create this big granny square. So take your next color, make a slip knot and join in one of the corners. So I'm not going to join right here since I've already weaved in here my loose ends. I'm going to join right here to make sure that my work it's not going to be too thick. So chain 3, first double crochet, and then make your corners. So double crochet in the same 2 chain space, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets into the same 2 chain space. Now on your third round you are going to have now 7 double crochets to work in. So you are going to work on top of your double crochets from the previous round. Since you are increasing your work, you are now going to have 7 double crochets to work in, and then you are going to make your next corner. So first I'm just going to weave in my tail from the beginning, and now you are going to continue by making your next corner. So 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets into the same 2 chain space, and then 1 double crochet on top of each of your double crochet from the previous round. And you are going to continue working in this fashion until you reach your hips measurement. So again, I'm making a size medium, and for my front and for my back panel I've made a total of 24 rounds, and my panel measures 54 centimeters. So it is 54 centimeters wide, so to fit a size medium from 90 up to 98 centimeters. And for the sleeves you are going to make less rounds. So for the sleeves I'm making only 21 rounds, and once I have all of my panels done, I'm going to meet you back to show you how to join your pieces together, your squares together. And to know how many rounds you need to make for this sleeve, you are going to measure from the shoulder part down to the under bust area, and in my case this is 23 centimeters, but the crochet it is going to be stretchy, so I'm going to have only 21 centimeters, so for the upper part of the dress. Now once you've made all of your squares, it's time to join our squares together, and first we are going to join the body of the dress together. So for this you are going to take your larger squares that you will have one for the front and one for the back of the dress. I've already placed some stitch markers right here, so if you want to have a slit on the side of the dress, go ahead and count some stitches and place the stitch markers. So I've counted, I just ignored these 2 chain space right here, and I've counted 23 double crochets and placed 1 stitch marker in there. And then also on the other panel I've also counted 23 stitches and placed a stitch marker in there. Now to join our panels together, we are going to start on the top, so which is the part that is going to be under your bust, and I'm going to work using my DK weight yarn. This is also cotton, and make a slip knot, and we are going to join right here where this 2 chain space is. So go with your needle into your 2 chain space and pull the loop through, and then into the next 2 chain space and yarn over and pull through and pull through the slip knot like so. Now the working yarn, it's going to be all the way in the middle of the work. On the back side we are going to make the surface slip stitch. So this is the tail, my starting tail, and for this you are going to go in your first stitch on the right side panel, only the back loop, and then in your first stitch, this one here, the back loop only on the left hand side of the panel. Now you are going to take your working yarn, so I'm working with my 4mm hook, and you are going to pull your working yarn through all of your loops like so. And now go into the next stitch on the right hand side, back loop only, into the next stitch, back loop only, left hand side panel, and pull. You are going to yarn over and pull your working yarn through all of your 3 loops, just like so. So this is how you are going to work all the way down until you reach the stitch marker if you want to have a slit on the side, or if you don't want to have a slit on the side, you are going to work until you reach the corner, ignoring your 2 chain space right there in the corner. See, this is how it's going to look like. Okay, so I've joined my panels until I reach my stitch marker. So my last surface slip stitch is right there where the stitch marker is. Now I want to have a slit. I'm going to go into the next stitch. I'm going to leave my stitch marker in there at the moment, and make a single crochet, and then into the next stitch single crochet. So in each of the stitch I'm going to make one single crochet, until you reach your 2 chain space. Okay, so here is my last single crochet. I just want to give you a measurement for the slit. So if you are wondering, my slit opening is 13 centimeters. Now into this 2 chain space I'm just going to make one single crochet, and now my crochet dress, it is already boho through the granny squares and through all of these colors that I'm using. Now I want to add a little bit more boho to my crochet dress, so I'm going to add on the bottom of the dress some bubbles, and for this I'm going to chain 6. And now we are going to make double crochets into this 4th chain, so your 3rd chain away from the hook, 1 2 3, and in there we are going to make a cluster of 5 double crochet, which the first 3 chain right here counts as a double crochet already, so 1 unfinished double crochets. So you will have your chain and 4 unfinished double crochets. And 4. Now you are going to yarn over, pull through all of your 5 loops you have on your hook, and now you are going to chain 3, and we are going to slip stitch into the same chain down here, and have this boho border to our dress. Now you are going to chain 3, 1 2 3, and then you are going to skip 4, and into the 5th stitch you are going to make a single crochet, 1 2 3 4, single crochet in your 5th stitch, like so. And now again chain 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, into the 3rd chain away from the hook, make 4 unfinished double crochet, 1 2 3 and 4, yarn over, pull through all of your 5 loops, chain 3, 1 2 and 3, and slip stitch down here into the same chain, chain 3, 1 2 and 3, skip 4, 1 2 3 4, into the 5th, make your single crochet. Now this is how our border it's going to look like. Now go ahead and work all the way down to create this cute crochet border, and then you are going to single crochet into your 2 chain space and single crochet in each of the double crochet until you reach your stitch marker, and you are going to stop right here. This is going to be your last single crochet, and then you are going to fasten off and work the other side to close your panels, and you are also going to start up here, so at the top of the dress, which is under your bust, and you are going to count your 23 or as many stitches as you have for your slit, and then make the surface slip stitch to close, and then work the other side of the bottom of the dress. So I'm going to finish all of this off camera and then meet you back to show you how to join the upper part of the dress. So once you've joined the sides of the dress together and you've finished the border, it's time to create the upper part of our dress and attaching the sleeves. Now for this, you are going to count your stitches and find the middle stitch, and you are going to fold your squares, your remaining 2 squares together, so like so. The right side of the work, it's going to look out, and use a stitch marker. You are here right into the middle of the stitch. Now in my case it's stitch number 48, and you are going to ignore this 2 chain space right here, and then go into the first stitch and attach to your stitch marker, and also your second panel, it's going to be folded in half, ignoring your 2 chain space. Go into the first stitch right here in the corner and attach them all 3 together, and then you are going to count. In my case are going to be 48 stitches on the sleeve, and also put a stitch marker right here, and then do the same on the back side and also on this side. So you are going to have 48 stitches attached with a stitch marker right here on the side, and then on the back side on the back panel of the dress, you are also going to count 48 stitches for the sleeve and put a stitch marker in there, and also on the back panel of the dress. And now you are going to join the same manner as you've joined here by making the surface slip stitch, and to start joining your panels together, so the sleeves to the body of the dress, you are first going to chain 60. We are going to use this chain here to close the front of the dress, and down here at the starting chain we are going to attach our tassel. So chain 60, and then you are going to pick up your stitches right here, so the back loop actually of your stitches, yarn over and pull through to create the surface slip stitch into the next stitch, and on the bottom into the next stitch, the back loop only, yarn over and pull through. So basically this is all you need to do, the same as you did for the side of the dress. And you are going to work over your 48 stitches until you reach your stitch marker. So this right here is going to be your last stitch, and then the same as you did on the bottom, you are going to first single crochet your remaining stitches on the sleeve, and then single crochet into your 2 chain space and create the same border as you've created down here at the bottom. And then you are going to go all the way down on the other side of the sleeve, making you first your single crochets and then close the back of the dress all the way around until you reach your second side, and then you are going to single crochet on the sleeve and make the border, single crochet until you reach your stitch marker, and then slip stitch to close. And once you've slip stitched all together, you are going to chain again 60 and fasten off. And this way you are going to have 2 straps on the front of your work. Now once you've closed on one side, if you want to have your single crochets to be on the right side of your work, what you can do is jump right on the back side of your dress and close first all the way down here, and then afterwards you are going to work on the right side of your work to create the border. Or what you can do is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to single crochet into my 2 chain space, single crochet on the back side of the panel into the 2 chain space, and now I'm going to start single crocheting on the back side of the sleeve. So I'm going to skip this stitch right here, which is to close the sleeve and the body together. So I'm just going to single crochet in each stitch until I reach my 2 chain space. So we are going to kind of crisscross our work right here. So single crochet, make the border, single crochet, and then you are going to be again on the right side of the work. And once you are here, you are just going to slip stitch over these 2 single crochets right here, and then start closing the back side of the dress. So now once you've closed the upper part with the lower part of the dress together, you are also going to use the same surface slip stitch to close your sleeves. So you are going to close your sleeves like so, using the surface slip stitch, and on both sides, of course. And you have here your strings. These are going to stay for now right here. We are first going to finish neckline, and we are going to work all the way around the opening. So we are going to start here at the front, make first a slip knot, leave a little bit of a tail to weave in, and you are going to single crochet into this 2 chain space, and then single crochet into the next 3 stitches, And we are going to make a picot border, and for this you are going to chain 3. So as you can see, I am using my size 3 yarn, so DK cotton yarn, and my 4mm hook. Chain 3 and slip stitch into the first stitch, and I like to go under both loops. And now again you are going to single crochet 3, 1, 2 and 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch at the base into the first chain to create your picot, and then single crochet 3 and repeat. So this is how you are going to work all the way around your neckline. And once you have this done, you are just going to fasten off and weave in your loose ends. And to keep this tutorial short, you are going to take your straps, and I'm going to leave 3 stitches in between and kind of crisscross them like so in the front, and to be able to close on the front a little bit. And after that I'm going to make some tassels and attach them right here at the beginning of my chain. And that's it. I'm at the end of my tutorial. Thanks so much for watching. If you love this project, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment with your favorite color combo, and don't forget to subscribe for more creative tutorials every week. Happy crocheting! Bye bye!